So yeah, tonight is the most or much anticipated documentary, I believe, of the Last Dance, the 1998 Chicago Bulls season, known as the Last Dance. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of my history with my Chicago Bulls. As you see, my safe, I call it, for my Chicago memorabilia. As you see, as I open up this safe, there's my man right there, greatest ever. It's a book. A guy I've had for about 15, 16 years about. And a last shot, Sports Illustrated. I got it in the Ziploc. This is my stat tracker for the second three-peat. You see, I kept track of the 96 season. I had pretty good handwriting when I was, 15, 16 years old. Yep, that's pretty much 1996 right there when they won 72 games in a row. I remember that season they had a 18-game winning streak. Wow. Looking at this stuff is like, even kept track of the playoffs, which I'll show you in a few right now. There we go. First round of the playoffs. That was against the Washington Bullets back then. They were the Washington Bullets. Now they're the Washington Wizards. Second round was against Atlanta. They won that series in, I believe, 4. Actually 5. Yeah. Wow. 5 games. Wait a minute. That series was that was 97. I'm sorry. The Hawks in the second round was 97. I have the continuation of the wow. This is old school right here. This is the 95, 96 season also. This is I rewrote it and put it on here. Playoffs are right here. '96 is right here. They played the Miami Heat. My bad. Sorry about that. Miami Heat. And I made a mistake. This was the '97 playoffs right here in the first round with the Washington Bullets. And this is '96 right here. And the second round played against the Knicks. I remember that. They won in 5. Chicago. Good series. And they went on to sweep the Orlando Magic. Or back to the Orlando Tragic. They took them out in 4. That first game they destroyed them in Chicago. Bulls was waiting for that series after being eliminated by them the previous year in the second round. As you can see, the Seattle Supersonics where's the finals against Chicago. Bulls won that in 6. See the last game right there, Game 6. Yep. A little bit of the history right there. Also kept some clippings. I remember this. This was on the New York Times Magazine. His team was like a rock star in '90s, like the Beatles and stuff like that. They were a rock and roll band, being they were being tailed by the media. You know, they were on this record pace. I'll never forget it. Great team. I've had that since '96. Another book. I remember this book. I think my brother-in-law got me this book back in the day. And it takes you inside the Jordan home and his family. Nice. Great stuff. Homeboy Tony gave me this. I remember this when he gave me this. This is awesome. Biography online. He printed it out off his computer. Gave it to me. Got a lot of Jordan stuff. Magazines I've kept throughout the years. Posters, little cards. Dennis Rodman, Sports Illustrated cover, best rebounder ever. Yes, he was. Slam magazine. The God only knows. Exactly. God. Remember that, people. Jordan was a god, not a king. And that's obviously outranks a king, if you know what I mean. This is from a calendar. Scottie Pippen there. It's my guy, the sidekick to Batman or Superman. He was the Superman. He was Batman and Superman. Newspaper clippings. Shows Michael Jordan's stats here. Michael's Garden. He averaged 31.5 in the Garden. Jesus Christ. It's freaking outstanding. Outstanding. More newspaper clippings. Jordan's 10 top games against the Knicks and Nets. This is one of my favorite newspaper clippings right here. The Big Jam over Pat Ewing, the 94 playoffs. This was exactly a year after, and the same exact date, because John Starks' dunk against the Bulls was on May 20th, 1993. So this was actually a year from the day since that John Starks dunk, the Big Jam by Scottie Pippen over Ewing. There go Jordan with the 45, wearing the 45 jersey. This is Jordan's triumphant victory after the flu game. I remember that. He looked winded right there. Looked tired, winded. Triumphant God. Mike retiring. I believe that was right after the 98 season. This is clippings of him coming back as a Wizard, which he wish he never did that, but it's okay. This is another newspaper clipping. This is Magic Johnson speaking selfishly. I was hoping he'd play another 10 or 20 seasons. Yep, I wish that too. More Jordan stuff. The one and only. Jordan and his brief baseball career after retiring for the first time. It's Jordan fourth championship. This was of course, right here is what you're going to see tonight. Well, somewhat during this 10-part series with the final dance. One of the images of that season. This man is true. This is a man who truly, as far as I'm concerned, is the modern day Babe Ruth. I'm sorry, but I have to agree. These youngsters don't know, man. I'm telling you, this is the closest thing to Babe Ruth, and he really was, bro. Babe Ruth was a god, and sports Mount Rushmore, he's up there. MJ dropping 55 on the Knicks, 5 games out of retirement, which was just amazing. There goes the shot. Well, to end off the last dance. There go MJ again. So yeah, that's I had a lot more stuff than this, but as far as VHSs, I used to record video of the Bulls games when they were televised on NBC, TNT, TBS, stuff like that. I remember that very well. There will be nobody even close to this man, and that's including LeBron James. And I'm sorry, but that's just the way I feel. I've seen the greatest. I've seen all these greats. I've seen LeBron, Kobe, and Mike play, and what I'm saying, and I'm fortunate to say I've seen all three of them play, but I'm more fortunate to see the greatest of all time. And he's the God, bro. And ladies and gentlemen, he was as advertised. Greatness at its finest.